Even. Hey, Val. Hey, Jerry. Hey, Jenna. Hey, Kelly. What's for dinner? I had McDonald's for dinner. Looks like Monopoly is back. Portable fan. Nice. I got free fries. Medium fries. You can't really see that. I got medium fries and Lake Athabasca. Hey, Barbara. I mean, I say free, but I'm pretty sure it's like with a order. You know, orders over a certain amount. I'm throwing them out. I'm not going to be using them. I don't like those medium fries that need to actually go into a McDonald's to use them, and I don't do that. Yeah, I've got a medium fry and Lake Athabasca because apparently, because despite being Monopoly, they don't actually use Monopoly locations anymore. They use like Canadian locations or some shit like that. I don't know. It's weird. Free fry. Yeah, I imagine it's like with an order over a certain amount or some shit like that. Then I'm pretty sure you have to actually go into the restaurant to use them. Do I like my chair? Yeah, I like my chair well enough. It's a good chair. Taco Bell combos are as much as a taco pack for four right now. Okay. Right again. Uh, Chantal ordered it. I have no idea. Like, she might have ordered it from Amazon or something like that. I'm not sure. She probably ordered it on Amazon. I'm not sure what brand it is or anything like that, though. Hey, Kimmy. Pokemon. A little bit tired. I had trouble falling asleep last night. Looking at Staples and they all suck. Hey, Anonymous. Man, I call it a lazy Sunday. I call it a lazy Wednesday, but I do need to record some more Life is Strange before the storm tonight. Lazy River. I have not. Need to finish up episode 2 tonight. Am I getting a sturm? I need to prepare for what? Hey, Rebecca. What I have for supper? I ordered a burger. I ordered a double quarter pounder, but I only got a single patty. They didn't give me the double quarter pounder. They just gave me a regular quarter pounder. Very angry. Oh, storm. I had a vegetable lately. Not this past week. I did not get vegetables this week. Storm, not seeing anything about a storm. Doesn't look like we'll be getting a storm here. You need to shove a hot dog up your ass right now? I slept with candles burning because the storm took the power out and I'm scared of the dark. That sounds dangerous. Hey, Fernanda. Do I worry my diet is affecting my health at all? Oh, I'm sure my diet. I'm sure my diet is affecting my health. No. Actually, it looks like we are expecting rain on the weekend. Grocery shopping? Not today, tomorrow. Do my grocery shopping on Thursdays. Hey, Celtic. The real weekend, like Friday, Saturday, I guess there's storm. There's rain expected. Am I staying with Israel? Hey, Joel. Stand with Palestine. Hey, Joplin. Israel is attempting a genocide against the Palestinians. They're trying a blatant land grab. You know, like, fuck Hamas, obviously. But Israel is bombing civilians. Am I standing with Brittany or Justin? Brittany. How have I been? Yeah, surviving. Fuck war. Yeah. I think the hospital attack is a misfire. Oh, yeah. I mean, Justin was absolutely right from, yeah. Justin didn't want a kid. That's fine. I'll always support people not wanting kids. But as far as the hospital attack goes, Israel has bombed Gaza hospitals in the past. They took credit for the bombing of this hospital initially. Hey, Felicital. Every day is lazy for me. I mean, kinda. They how did Brittany start the war? Israel does have a history of lying about shit that it's done. See, a lot of people point out that after they killed that one journalist, they spent months lying, saying that she was killed by Palestinians. And then Oh no! Turned out it was Israel who killed. It was Israeli forces who killed her. Um, I said they bombed other hospitals in Gaza. So, did they bomb this hospital? I'd say there's pretty good reason to believe that it was Israeli bombs and not a rocket, and not a misfired Palestinian rocket that somehow, some magical way happened to kill 500 people, which Palestinian rockets never do. McDonald's wants to talk about war. So, yeah. Anywho's. How's everyone doing? The Gaza Strip owned by Palestine? That is Palestinian territory, yes. Above ground? What's above ground? Pepe Sylvia! Thank you for the super sticker, Pepe Sylvia. So apparently you exist then, Pepe? What was that show with the dude who was convinced that Pepe Sylvia didn't exist? I never watched the actual show, but I've seen, yeah, there's that screenshot that became a meme. Always Sunny in Philadelphia? Yeah, that was it. Screenshot of him in front of a wall looking insane. And I have watched that clip. You see potatoes? That might be a sign of a stroke. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. Yeah. Maybe it's a sign of a stroke. Maybe it's you've just got potatoes in the house. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, so don't you shouldn't listen to me for medical advice. There's giant orb weavers on my porch. Well, that sounds awful. I would not want big ass spiders on my porch. The new FLCL. I never watched FLCL. Candace has cancer. Who's Candace? Candy's nuts. Fair enough. Candace dick fit into meth. Nice. Nice one, Caleb. Well done. I'm thinking I'm having a heart attack. If I don't come back, please go into a 21-day morning. Hey, Izzy. Thanks, Caleb. 21-day morning. I mean, I do like black now. I do like wearing black. Finally wear the jacket. Check out the original FLCL. It's like 6 episodes. Hey, Anatolia. Hey, Michelle. Nah, Pepe, I'm trying to get back to watching Star Trek. Fell off. I was trying to make my way through the entire, like through all of Star Trek. Sort of fell off for a few months. So I'm trying to get back to watching Star Trek lately. Hey, Jules. If I ever disappear from your lives, just assume I'm dead. I always assume everyone else is dead. everyone is dead until proven otherwise. Would I wear a veil to a funeral? I mean, probably not. Classy and hide your tears. Yeah, but I think there's, I think there's probably like certain rules for who gets to wear the veil at a funeral. So, not sure I'd be able to get away with it myself. Probably depends a little bit on who died, but never seen it personally. Yeah, same here. What am I pronouns now? Still using he him for right now. Give you all permission to wear mourning veils. Thanks, Val. Anurad. What I've been up to? Not a whole lot, really. Yeah, really haven't been doing anything. Who is the most underrated Pokemon? The Mime. Got a new cat. Her name is Clem. Aww. Thanks. Nice. Cats are cute. Jiggly is the bomb. Jigglypuff. Pepe, thank you for another super sticker, Pepe. I remember I saw a clip back in the 90s when the Batman, the animated series, was going. There was a commercial uh, where Batman put Robin to sleep by singing Jigglypuff, Jigglypuff. It was very humorous. Jiggly's cute, but I don't feel she's underrated. I have not watched the Flash movie now because I don't care. Made me give up on anything DC puts out. I mean, I'm sure. I mean, you're probably not wrong to be skeptical of anything David Zaslav is involved in, but I'm sure DC can still put out good movies. It's just the Flash fucked up. So, Ezra Miller, yes, who, by the way, is non-binary. Yeah, it had one day crime spree Ezra Miller as the star. Do I find them attractive? Nah, not my thing. Not my type. Too crazy for it. There is that. I will say, for all the shit that, like, for all the complaints I heard about the Flash movie, I think the most disgusting is the CG versions of like Christopher Reeves and George Reeve, those two in particular. Yeah, like then just using CG to dredge up dead people as a fucking marketing thing is like just so fucking gross. Like it's just a really gross thing to do. Did not know that. Yeah, I mean it's not particularly good CG either that they use for that scene, and they're not the first ones to do it. How do I do when you're streaming with people are just joining but not talking? I mean, it can be tough. I've usually got a few people. Lurkers are fine. I've usually got at least a couple of people who are chatting. Yeah, so like Disney did something similar in Rogue One with oh What's that guy's name? Totally blanking on his name. Tarkin, yeah. Yeah, so like Rogue One. Uh, they used a digital likeness of Peter Cushing for Tarkin, which again, gross. And they had him as like a fairly major character in the movie. DC, the Flash at least kept it as just brief cameos, but using those digital likenesses of Christopher Reeves and George Reeve. Hey, PK. And it's one of those things that's going to become more and more common. Hey, Michaela. It's one of those things we're going to see more and more of over the coming years. What's becoming more common? Movie studios using the digital likenesses of dead actors. So, like I mentioned, Rogue One, Star Wars Rogue One, using Peter Cushing's likeness for Tarkin, and the Flash movie using Christopher Reeves and George Reeves. George Reeves. It's gross, and it's just going to keep happening, which sucks. They did that Juice WRLD in the music video. Yeah, the way I figure it, we are maybe a decade away from a major movie, big blockbuster movie, where one of the main characters is like a digital reproduction of a dead actor. Yeah, they haven't done it with a major character yet. Hey, Twinkle Twinkle. Hey, Pebs. You know, in Rogue One, Tarkin was definitely a presence, but he wasn't necessarily a main character in that one. But like I said, 10 years, maybe a decade away. A major character, one of the main characters, will be played by somebody who'd been dead long before the movie even went into production. And it sucks. I think it could work if the characters. No, no, it can't work. It's always going to be gross. Kanye West to say that a car crash made him get autism. I don't think that's how autism works. Coming back from the dead to leave a message. I mean, it's still no. I mean, like if you're using a major, like if you're using the digital likeness of a dead actor, it's gross. Use living actors. It's probably going to be Disney doing it. I mean, it could be. Yeah, there's enough studios who would do it. Disney absolutely would do it. Um, if David Zaslav stays on at Warner, then Warner might beat Disney to the punch. Out of pure desperation, frankly. On the other hand, Disney, they've got Marvel, they've got Star Wars, they've got the bigger franchises. Who's the best Disney princess? I mean, Jasmine was the one I liked as a kid. I did also like the one from Brave. She was cool. What was her name? Meridia? I liked her just because I'm Scott's bride. Woo! YouTube didn't send you the notification. Yeah, YouTube's weird sometimes. One thing I will say about was it Meridia? Was her name Meridia? The one from Brave? I got notifications 2 days later. One thing I will say about her, they give her a bow and arrow. It's very common for women in fiction to be given, if they're going to be playing any sort of like combat thing, they're given a bow and arrow. That is the weapon given to women who are going to engage in combat. Looking at my finger. It's because I showered. You see it a lot in video games as well, like JRPGs, where the female party members will get a bow and arrow, will get the bow and arrow as their weapon. Or obviously, they'll mage, so they'll use a staff. Either staff or bow and arrow. Brand body wash. Irish Spring body wash. Then Head and Shoulders shampoo. Hey, Braden. So anyway, yeah, they actually take a lot of arm strength. Like I feel like they're given bows because there's a sense of it. They're distant weapons, keeps them from being up close. And I think there's like the sense of it being almost more of an elegant weapon than a sword or a spear or something would be. But they honestly do take a lot of arm strength. You got to be real strong to fire a bow and arrow effectively. I still have 1 hour. I mean, it's 8-hour shifts, 8-hour shifts plus unpaid half-hour lunch. Shouldn't be as hard. Just get a gun. Yep. Is it good pay? Yeah. It's okay. I forget what my hourly pay is. Could be better, but get a C RAM, you'll never have to do anything. New ladies in my life? Nope. I haven't been looking. I haven't even been looking for anybody. Cornwall sucks for dating anyway. You get a lady, will you leave us forever? Probably not. But maybe. But probably not. Am I back at Tinder? No. No, I haven't opened Tinder in months. Honestly, I don't remember the last time I opened Tinder. Would have been like days after that whole stream where I tried to create it. Any other good place to live in Canada? I mean, plenty of good places to live in Canada. It's just most of them tend to be expensive. Just because it's Canada these days. That's everywhere these days. Life is expensive these days. It's the most annoying Canadian accent. I don't know that I find any Canadian accents particularly annoying. You know, I can sometimes have trouble understanding French accents. I can sometimes have trouble understanding accents in general. Do I speak French? I do not. And Newfie can be hard to understand. Toronto accents. They end every sentence with a question mark sound. I can't say that I'm familiar with the Toronto accent. I've never really been to. I haven't really spent much time in Toronto. I've been there a couple times when I was a kid, but yeah, I was basically just there to go to the airport when we were going to Scotland. So I don't really know what the Toronto accent sounds like. Yeah. Obviously, I'm vaguely familiar with the. Ever been to the States? Not really. I've been to Messina. It's a town like right across the border, right on the other side of the border from Cornwall. Yeah, I've been there because they had a when I was a kid they had the best mall in the area. Yeah, the mall down in Messina was really good when I was a kid. Not sure what it's like now. But yeah, back in the day, that used to be the thing to do. If you needed to do shopping, you'd go down to hit Messina. As I recall, there was the exchange rate. The exchange rate was pretty good at that point, so there was you could make some pretty decent, get some pretty decent deals. Esther the Wonder Pig. That who's Esther the Wonder Pig? Never even heard of her. She lives near me. It's regular time to do your streams. I mean, usually it's like 2:30 in the morning. During the week, it's like it'll be if I'm on the days when I work, it's 2:30 in the morning. On weekends, 8 or 9 at 8 or 9 in the evening. That's Eastern time. So yeah, Wednesdays and Thursdays, it's usually around this time. Sometimes a little bit earlier, sometimes a little bit later, depending on how I slept. Go to bed at 10 p.m. 2 in the morning is way too early. Yeah, I mean it's just I work 5:30 in the evening until 2 in the morning. So like it's just the hours that I work. Yeah. Can work. It is customer service. It is a customer service job. I don't really want to go into too much detail about it. It is primarily dealt with emails and live chats, primarily. But yeah, I don't want to go into detail about the place I work. Second or third shift, yeah, basically. Campbellville, Ontario. Actually, come to think of it, Chantal might have. I might have heard of. Chantal might have been a fan. Come to think of it. I mean, they can, but I tend to be a fairly I tend to towards night shift anyway. Anunnaki. My thought, Anunnaki, is that um, Biden, like most politicians in the U.S., uh, is is just pro-Israel and doesn't really care about Palestine. Doesn't really care about the Palestinians. It's one of those things where and I suppose not just the U.S. It's a lot of Western, most of the Western countries have Canada. Yeah, Canada as well. Canada is very much the same way. Canada, you won't see many Canadian politicians being critical of Israel. I'm not entirely sure, really, of the reasons why things are the way they are. I kind of, I'm kind of inclined to blame evangelical Christianity, honestly, more than anything else, for politicians just being absolutely in the tank for Israel. Have I ever wanted to move to another country? Not really, no. Because yeah, it sure as hell isn't support for Jewish people. Yeah, like politicians being entirely rallied behind Israel sure as hell isn't out of any concern for Jewish people. I suppose hatred of Muslims, supporting Israel because they're fighting Muslims. The money they take from APAC would say otherwise, as religious reasons. I think there's I think there is definitely a fair, significant amount of that. So here's my thing, and this is just my, this is my hypothesis. This is my theory, my guess. Hey, Killface. Hey, Alien Tourist. This is sort of my thinking behind why so many Western politicians have such absolute and knee-jerk, hey, Lady Sunflower. Such absolute knee-jerk, unwavering support for Israel. Here's my thinking for that. I'm atheist. I think there's a few reasons. Part of it is, a little bit of no. I think there's two main reasons. Reason one is contempt for Muslims. Number two is certain Christian groups, especially evangelical organizations, really trying to bring about the end of the world. So, like, those groups sort of, Israel's military state always has been. There is that as well. Israel, they kind of have to be. Like, I will give Israel credit. They kind of have to be a military state, just because they are surrounded by forces that are somewhat hostile towards them. They do take it too far, but it was pretty early in their history that they were having wars almost from the time that Israel was founded. They were having to defend themselves right off the bat. Illegal settlements. Yeah, the settlements are a serious issue, and are frankly a big part of why the current conflict is raging. Those settlements are a big part of why there is a huge battle going on right now. But anyway, yeah. So there's a lot of, like I said, particularly evangelical groups don't actually like Jewish people. They don't actually like Judaism. They don't like Jews. But they see Israel as a harbinger of the end of days, basically. They are looking like so many religious groups. They think that we live in the end of days. That God is going to be returning any day now. Any day now. The rapture will happen, Armageddon, whatever you want to call it. Those evangelicals fully believe that Jews go to hell. It's just they do. Like, they believe that Jews go to hell. So they don't actually support Jews. But they believe that Israel's presence means that they are going, means that it's the people of Jewish descent. Fair enough, Jenna. But they believe that it is, fulfilling prophecies and shit like that. Historical standpoint, Israel exists because of Judea and Jews they need political control in the Middle East. Yeah, that is a big part of it. It's politics. So yeah, there's geopolitical bullshit. There's contempt for Muslim bullshit. And there is evangelical bullshit, all combined together to mean that Western politicians are basically incapable of actually being critical of Israel. What is ethnic cleansing? Ethnic cleansing is an attempt to wipe out an entire ethnic group. Is that difficult with three religions fighting for the same land? Yep. People's fear of doomsday has always been a way of governments controlling its citizens. People have feared since their civilization, pretty much. Ethnic cleansing is when you get good morals. When you bathe in ethnicity. Hey, Abdu. Forward proxy base for the US. Not just the US, though. US, Great Britain, Canada is involved in that. Pretty sure, France and Germany and all those other countries. So, it's just Western countries in general. To a certain extent, Israel is a forward base for Christian majority countries. Is really. It's kind of it actually kind of comes down Christians using Jews to fight Muslims is kind of how it ends up. Yeah, kind of how it ends up. Right? You know, US, Britain, Canada, France, bunch of countries that are primarily Christian populations and primarily Christian leadership establishing a country that is primarily Jewish population as a foothold in a region that is primarily Muslim. Many of the Palestinians fighting against Israel are Christian. True. Not that I think the people who support Israel don't really care about that, though. Yeah, like the people who support Israel, as far as they're concerned, it's just a bunch of Islams. Fuck them Muslims. The Muslims are just human animals who like to bomb things and live in sewage. A southerner knowing a brilliant accent. I wasn't really trying to do a indeed, Braden, yep. Heading towards World. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's World War III. It's just if I wanted to do a southern accent, I'd sound like this. Actually, that still sucks. And that's Jenna. She lives in sewage. You want McDonald's? Yeah. I wish I'd gotten what I actually wanted from McDonald's, a double quarter pounder instead of the regular. You gotta draw. Yep. Then Southerners do have them a slow way of speaking, slow way of talking. Gotta draw out them vowels. World is more peaceful now than most of human history. Yep, it's just we know what's happening everywhere. There is that, but also there's what I would say, Alien Tourist, is that the scale of the violence is also different. There's fewer conflicts, but the conflicts that do exist, the weapons in place mean that yeah, the violence we do have is more violent. You know, like 3,000 years ago, you'd get 5,000 people on this side, 5,000 people on that side, and they bang away at each other, stab away at each other. And a lot of people would, and most of the people would end up surviving. Yeah, you'd have a lot fewer fatalities than you would expect from people stabbing each other. It's they would sort of fight until one side just sort of ran away. Bombs result in more people dying and more people being horrifically injured. So there's fewer conflicts, but the conflicts that do still happen, I feel, are probably uh, more vicious. But what do I know? More civilian casualties? Yeah, probably anyway. Nothing to eat in this house. Yeah, I don't really have much to eat either. Hey, Mons. Not that the not that the raping and pillaging was good, but yeah. Anyway, yes. Hello, Mons. Saying the Battle of 1066 not comparable to Vietnam. Yep. Indeed. What am I looking at? Nothing in particular. Absolutely nothing of interest. What are my thoughts on people with 666 tattoos? That they're trying too hard. It's just, they are. Yeah, it's. Ooh, look, number of the beast. I'm so cool. I'm so edgy. you think there's a stigma on forehead tattoos? Yes. Too edgy? Except it's not actually edgy. It's, look how edgy I am. And everyone else is like, okay. So? Nobody cares about a 666 tattoo. Accepting the mark of the beast is a metaphor. It's pleading allegiance or accepting his knowledge. I mean, they can justify it that way. But 9 times out of 10, it's them trying, it's just some try hard trying to be cool. Be like, hey, look, I pledge allegiance to Satan. And everyone's like, good for you. You know, the only people who'd actually get pissed off about it, the only people who get pissed off at seeing a 666 tattoo are so easy to piss off that it's almost not even worth bothering to try. Yeah, it's people who live in a state of perpetual outrage already. Are pentagrams edgy? Kinda. No, there are those things that are often a bit try hard. If I was going to tattoo a number on me, I'd probably just go with my phone number. If I was going to if I was going to tattoo a number on me, on myself, if I was going to get a tattoo of a number, I wouldn't. I just wouldn't. Would I tattoo my body count? Maybe what, 3? Get the number 3 tattooed on myself? Hey, Amy. Yeah. Yeah, my body count is 3. The Bible? I actually have read the Bible. I read it cover to cover back in high school. I read it cover to cover. Retained almost nothing. Thoughts on Dante's Inferno? Never read that one. Yeah, like my opinion on the Bible, like the things I remember from the Bible, whole lot of begatting, just so much begatting going on at the start of the Bible. I remember a dude getting struck down by God because he put his hand on the Ark of the Covenant to stop it from falling over. You know, like the Ark of the Covenant was being moved from one town to another, and the people moving it like hit a rock or something like that, like stumbled over a rock or something, and it almost fell. And one of the guys walking it like just reached out to stop it from falling and got immediately struck down. Because it absolutely, it definitely, he definitely should have just let the thing fall. Sure, yeah, let let the holy artifact just drop to the fucking ground. That is absolutely what he should have done. Good work, God. Killing a dude for trying to prevent your fucking thing from breaking. Fuck off, God. And the other thing I remember is some youths were mocking a dude for being bald, so the guy asked God to send a bear after the kids. You know, like some, I think a lot of it setting order of class and has 30. Like, haha, you're bald. Haha, you're being mauled by a fucking bear. Even as someone who is balding, I feel like that was an overreaction. You know? Passion of the Christ. Yes, I did watch Passion of the Christ. Did not particularly enjoy it. I did not enjoy Passion of the Christ. I also watched Last Temptation of Christ. Didn't care for that one either, frankly. Exorcist? Yeah, watched The Exorcist. That one I did enjoy. The Exorcist I enjoyed. Christian snuff film, basically. Movie reviews or things? I don't really watch a lot of movies. Whenever I do watch a movie, I try to review it. Try to do a review of it. I don't think I did one when I watched Across the Spider Verse. I feel like I should have. I just kept putting it off. I do try whenever I do try to like whenever I on the rare occasion I do watch a movie, I do try to do a review of it. Same with TV shows. If I watch a TV show, I'll try to do a review of it. Like when I watched whenever a new season of Star Trek, whenever a new season of the Star Trek show finishes, I'll give my thoughts on the season. Or I suppose I haven't really watched that many new shows. when the new Scott Pilgrim anime drops, when the new Scott Pilgrim cartoon drops, I'll review that one because I will absolutely be watching streaming service. I have hey West Coast Lass. For streaming services, I have Crave, which is a Canadian streaming service. I got it because it had the Star Trek shows on it. It no longer has Star Trek on it. Their Star Trek is exclusively through Paramount now. So I do also have Paramount Plus. I decided I ended up getting Paramount Plus so I can watch Star Trek. Just watched the first episode of Haunted Mansion last night. That was really good. Cool, cool. When does the Scott Pilgrim cartoon drop? November 17th. 1 month until the Scott Pilgrim anime. Looking forward to that one. John Carpenter's Suburban Screams. Thoughts on the Goofy movie? I never watched the Goofy movie. I moved away from Goof Troop before the movie came out. I'd stopped watching the show before the movie came out, so I never watched the movie. I like the Goofy, the Goofy. Oh, good night, Alien Tourist. Say, Bussy. Bussy. Is that what you wanted to hear, Killface? Bussy. Has anyone ever called me a sussy baka in game chat? I've never been in a game chat, so. Hey, unicorns. That Gussie. Does anyone want to think about Goofy's Gussie? Gussie? Yeah, I don't think that's something that anyone needed to think about. I'm kidding. Everybody needed to think about it. Everybody is all about that pussy. They said sussy baka. I mean, I guess I just heard it from the internet. Hey, color purple. Anime, maybe? Suspicious bastard idiot. Anime? I feel like anime at least uses baka. From a kid who has access? Yeah, probably that one actually. Yeah, they heard it from another kid. I think most problems in life can be traced to. Yeah, I'd say most problems in life can be traced to anime. Meme culture among teens, yet. Minecraft Among Us crowd to use this term. Yeah, I'd say, I would guess so. A wanky box. Hey, Tar. Sounds like two stupid teens playing video games. That is a significant amount of YouTube, I think. Stupid people playing video games does make up a pretty significant amount of YouTube. Which reminds me, I need to record some more Life is Strange before the storm tonight. And don't forget, I'll be playing more Ambition, a Minuet of Power tomorrow. No, Anunnaki. I have not played Call of Duty. It's not my type of game. I'm not a fan of shooters in general. Sweet, sweet minute tunes. Minuet, you meant. Not today. I'll go see her next week. Next Wednesday, I'll go visit her. Good night, Killface. And I am finding myself flagging, so I think I might get going as well. Energy's dropped. So I'm gonna get going for tonight. I'll be back tomorrow. Good night for now.